Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, and that is the story of Manchester United this season alone. Welcome to the post-match therapy session. It is the last highlight show and reaction show that we do for this year until everything takes a break. But what did we witness today? I don't know. You know, it is like that Paula Abdul song, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or 1 step forward, 1 step back, or, may I even sing that song, say something, giving up on you. Sorry, my message didn't get through to you, because that's what it feels to be Manchester United supporter at the moment. Although we've been struck by all these injuries and flus and whatever is creeping on right now, but that's not an excuse. We don't get giddy. We beat Villa at home comfortably, and then we go away against the new manager bounce with Nuno Espirito Santos, which everyone was warming and saying, look, don't get too giddy because it's Nottingham Forest and it's Nuno Espirito Santos, which is master setting up low blocks. But speaking about low blocks and acres, I thought it was like acres of space in the first to second half. To be honest, we didn't even have one shot on target until the 77th minute, and that was registered on Marcus Rashford. That was actually a goal, so that was our first shot on target. First half for me, acres of first half, kind of assessment in their way. Eriksen for me did not work in this midfield. That was kind of a little bit of a mistake of the lineup. He didn't work in the midfield. We were losing that midfield battle, and it's a common phrase in football that matches are won and lost in the midfield, and this was definitely the wrong pairing. But lo and behold, what did Erik ten Hag do? I mean, this is what I can't get into my mind, and this is something that we got to have a conversation over about in this therapy session. He subs off Kobe Mainoo for Scott McTominay, who, according to my opinion, is the guilty one for the 2 goals conceded. Look back at the replay, the first goal. Scott McTominay caught ball watching, not even tracking Dominguez, leaves that open, clear-cut space for him just to beautiful slot that ball in. 1-0, boom. Guess what? Same thing happens on the 2-1 goal as well. Look back, Scott McTominay again, playing hide and seek. Not even sprinting, jogging, not even crawling, walking. We always say, don't ever put Scott McTominay into this game. You should just put him in 10 minutes left to play. That's the thing. We lost the game because of the midfield, right? We never get going. Marcus Rashford, yeah, beautiful. He got his goal. He's got his 3rd goal of the season, but that's about it, guys. Unfortunately, Højlund got illness, and we saw that dodgy David Brailsford was again sitting there in the stand, hoping that he can get this team get on his bike. Because that's what it is, his optimization for biking team, the Sky biking team. Then in the second half, I tweeted to Jarvis, look, this is what we need to do. And look, it turned out that he did. It took actually out Anthony dos Santos, because Anthony dos Santos was absolutely gash. And there's one thing that you should know if you play as a fullback, what you do expect of, when you meet your opponent who is a winger. One thing that you hate is a winger that keeps running at you. So the strategy as a fullback is to make that winger retract and play it backwards. That's what Anthony has done all this season alone, to be honest. He never takes on his fullback. He just stops, fiddles it, loses the ball, goes out for a throw-in. Waste of space. The dude has not even registered 1 assist or 1 goal since April. That's April, and cost £80 million. I think the judge and jury is fully out on Anthony dos Santos. But if you talk about the second half, the substitution, I said to Jarvis, no, I do expect to do this formally, take out Anthony dos Santos, put in Amad Diallo as a false number 9, shift Garnacho out to the right and Rashford to the left. But that didn't happen. The thing is, Scott McTominay was still in there. The substitutions that came in, Amad Diallo, I thought it was great performance for not having been kicking a ball since the preseason whatsoever. A little bit too late. We got a dodgy referee. I mean, if you remember the Morgan Gibbs-White situation, Where was the second yellow? Where was the one for the petulant? He knocks down 2 of our players, and then he keeps yapping at the referee, cussing him, and nothing. Instead, Dalot gets a yellow card. And I keep also saying they had the dodgy goalkeeper, Bootstrap Bill, whatever he was called. Bootstrap, right? He was dodgy as hell, right? He was at the cause for, he was actually the one that gave away that we actually could score the 2-1. But why didn't we have more shots on target if we knew that this goalkeeper was dodgy Bootstrap? Why not? I think at the end of the day, it is what it is. But it's so unfortunate that we have to sit here, goddamn, on the last game of the season to have a therapy session. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or whatever. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And I'm tired of this. I want to have a break. But instead, we're going to sit here. Win, lose, draw, or sure, we're here for you guys. Strap in, because we're going to have a conversation. We're definitely going to have a conversation. Adding to the blue corner, weighing 350 pounds, call himself Stu Volleyball. How you doing, Stu?
I'm all right. 250 pounds. I don't know.
I don't know how much you weigh. Stones, pounds, whatever.
Do you know what? I'm above my fighting weight. I'm 13.8 at the moment, and I like to be around 13 for footballing reasons. So I'm a little bit heavy.
Yep. And by the way, it reminds me, I'm going to bring in Jarvis to the stage, and I have to change the overlay because it is 1-0. It should be 2-1. So hang on a second. Bear with me, guys. Let me remove. Jarvis, talk to us. We were having conversations during the second half. Talk to us from technical ability while I change the overlay. Put your glasses on. Come on, Grandpa.
I don't know. I don't know even what to say anymore. You know, we talked about this before the game. We did the pre-match. We talked about what to expect, and this is what we got. And Ten Hag's game plan, yet again, it's not on. He can't predict the game. He and his in-game management, he totally misses putting on McTominay for Manu. That was a terrible, disastrous decision. And, they scored 2 goals.
100%.
They scored
but
2
it was
goals
a tactical. It was not injury, Jarvis. It was for tactical, not injury. That's the thing. That's what they said in the
yeah, but people got to know, this season we have been conceding a lot of goals on cutback passes into the way to the mid of the 18-yard box where we should be tracking our the runners and defending, but we're not doing this. We have been conceding 10 goals this season in the same way, and we do it 2 times against Nottingham Forest. So for me, I can sit there and analyze as much as I want, but if the players and Ten Hag don't want to address it, let's be it. I can't do anything. It's so effing frustrating watching it and seeing it happening over and over again. And I'm not Ten Hag, and maybe he have addressed this. Maybe he have told the players, but maybe it's McTominay's inability to scout, look over his shoulder and look out. Where is my man? Oh, he's there. Maybe I should.
Both you and me clocked the first 2. I mean, the 2 goals was McTominay ball watching and hardly jogging, right? Leaving, was it Morgan Gibbs-White on the second? The first one was, what's his name? The Argentinian guy. Dominguez. Just leave the clear cut open, and that is your man to track and follow. He was wide open twice, to be honest, right? And that should never happen. Aina had a full control on Anthony, and that's what I say. As a fullback, if you played a fullback before, one thing that you fear is having a winger running at you all the time, right? He had a field day today, because there was no attack from either side of the wingers, and they were hesitant, right? Arguably to say the first half, nobody really had any clear-cut chances. He was kind of stuck in a deadlock, it was a midfield battle, which we clearly was losing Stewie, But that's why I was so baffled. Why did he take off Kobe Mano? That was a stability.
I don't understand the Mino removal either. I know he got clocks, whether he was injured or not, I don't know. People were saying
it was a tactical
change, yeah. But the tactical change backfired against him, and I'll never understand why he would have done that, because Mino and McTominay are completely different players. You're absolutely right about his ball watching. The first goal where Dominguez scored, what McTominay should have done was drag Dominguez back. And 2 things would have happened. He would have got away with it, and Domingos wouldn't have got the ball, or there would have been a free kick. Okay, and we'd have, at least set ourselves up for it. And the second goal, cardinal sin for a midfield player is going back up a fullback. That's what the wingers are there for, or the wider players. They're there to back up the fullback.
Yeah, 100%.
So
100%.
you stay where you are in the middle of the park. And again, Gibbs White wouldn't have got it. What surprised me more than anything was you talk about Gibbs White should have been off the park and he should have for descent. And that totally transformed the game. That little bit of petulance, that little bit of aggression, totally transformed the game. And we just looked scared. There's not one player on that pitch who would do exactly what Gibbs White did. We should have smashed into their goalkeeper. Every time he gets the ball and he drops down on it.
Do you think, honest to God, he should be sent off for dissent? I mean, he clipped Johnny Evans. He clipped two other players, and then he yapped at the. He should have got. If the referee gave who did he give a red card for dissent?
He should have given it. He was off the floor when he took out Evans. He was both feet off the floor. So he should have gone for that. It wasn't a particularly bad tackle, but you're off the ground, so it should have gone. It should have happened. He should have gone for that. Would that have changed the game?
Dalloy got 2 yellows, right, and a red.
Yeah, Dalloy got 2 yellows for catching within seconds.
So what's the difference with this one? Because this guy clipped 2 other players, start yapping back at the,
There's no difference.
There's no difference, no.
No difference. He should have gone. And that was, again, a small thing that's gone against us. But actually, when you look at 90 minutes, I've got to doff the cap to Jarvis here, pal. He called it. He said the other day, he said, we won't turn up. And I'm thinking, we've got to turn up because...
Yeah, you're right, Jarvis.
I'm thinking I would do as a footballer, I'd be itching to get out on that pitch and go again and go again and go again. We just didn't look like it. We just didn't
Where
look
was
like
the imbalance, Jarvis? If I may ask Jarvis, where was the imbalance you wrote to me for your primary concern when actually playing Rashford in the middle, right? So you wrote to me on WhatsApp and you expressed your concern, and I agree with you there, right? But we didn't have a choice.
Yeah, that's a tactical choice from Ten Hag, because Ten Hag wants to stand up when Nottingham Forest had the ball and tried to play out from the back. We man mark, and we have one striker who marked 2 of their centre backs. But the problem with Rashford is he's so easily overplayed because Rashford can't press. He runs full sprint directly against the man who's on the ball. And that's a big problem when we man mark all over the pitch, and Rashford runs around. He gets easily overplayed, and then Forest can easily pick another man, and we will be running after in our marking. So that's why our midfield didn't work, because we were always chasing the Nottingham Forest players when they had the ball. We were never in so close that we could duel or intercept. So we had the big problems, and for me that was on Rashford. I don't know why Ten Hag didn't address it. He took out Manu instead of addressing it, because he thought that McTominay would be better than chasing after the Nottingham Forest players and try to win the ball. So I don't know. We see football differently, me and Ten Hag. So I'm not quite sure what we can do to fix this. But for me, he should just said to Rashford, stop sprinting at your man and get overrun or overplayed time at time when Nottingham Forest starts. So
stay on track there, because I was saying
out of balance.
Yeah, it was a little bit of unbalance. Stay on track there, because I'm going to ask you the same question, because we were having a preview and I said, Stu, play the same team, and we did. The only change was actually due to illness. We had to rest Højlund and play Rashford in the middle. But if you actually look at it from that midfield, we always say that games are won and lost in the midfield. And you can clearly see from the first half that we were wide open, right? By acres of space. And, this was not a game for Eriksson, to be honest. There would be a game to throw in more energy, more grit, like Hannibal, Mage Bree, or Dan Gore or something, play the hungry young kids, right? I don't know what you saw in the first half, but, we were cut open in that midfield, right? And that led to their 2 goals as well. In the second, continue by taking off Maino. Talk to us regarding. I mean, maybe I saw it differently, but what can Ten Hag have done differently there? Was his in-game management? Was it a mistake, a gamble that he actually took up Maino?
It was definitely a mistake. He took off Maino. The interesting thing for me was Bruno's trajectory all game. I didn't quite know where Bruno was playing. At times he was playing deep, at times he was playing further forward, at times he was alongside Eriksen, at times Eriksen was behind. Jarvis is right about the imbalance, and having Rashford up top, who was rather static, who wasn't able to push on the two centre halves, didn't show any kind of aggression against the two centre halves. You've got a statue on the right hand side, which I think he's called Anthony, but I'm not quite sure because I didn't really see him all game. And then you've got this wire on the left, which has gone Garnacho. And what's happening is you're almost playing with Bruno at times, because Bruno takes himself out of the game. You're almost playing with 9 players, and it becomes impossible when you're playing against not a brilliant midfield, but a workman-like midfield. That Danilo, just as an example, as a player, wouldn't give anybody any space whatsoever. So when he's approaching towards you, drop the elbow in him. You know, people might want to hear it, but drop the elbow on him. Do something to discourage him from, you know, absolutely closing you down. Make him make a foul against you. Back into him. Do something to initiate a response from everybody. We don't do that. So we let Danilo just do that, and then Danilo's off. And they played well against the width. Wan-Bissaka, you know, I didn't see a proper Wan-Bissaka tackle today.
No.
Bello, again, was okay, but ball watched a lot. You know, Mino just didn't have the space to conduct anything because Bruno Eriksen. And I think you're right, actually, Mick, in looking at the game now, it was a wrong game for Eriksen. Maybe we needed an Amrabat.
It was a wrong game. It was.
Someone who's going to go and push. But I'm tired of weaklings.
I'm tired of this to sing Christina Aguilera song, Say Something I've Given Up on You, because it seems like that. Like, you know, sorry that the message of Ten Hag didn't get through you. So it is like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or whatever you say, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And, you know, maybe the players were thinking, oh, get some time off now. AFCON is coming. We got to get a little bit time off, pop the champagne, take a little break. But no, I mean, come on. I recognize it's the manager bound, but they were not that good. Like, you know, if you look at the first half, it was kind of even. They were having a little bit more free ball, passing it around, like, you know. You look at the stats, the betting stats, they were still predicting United to win, and we could have nicked it. It could be a 1-1 draw at the end of the day. But we fell asleep again, and we got punished, and we didn't deserve it, Jarvis, to be honest. Very scrappy game. Like, you know, big up for everyone that's tuning in, guys. And let's go to the comments section as well, so we're not forgetting. Joff Boss, a very scrappy game. Jarvis, you agree? Scrappy. It's the least thing I can do.
I don't even know if it's scrappy. I think we have... you know, Nottingham Forest had they had a new manager bounce. They played with a lot of enthusiasm. The players were up for it. We didn't look like we were up for it. We were celebrating New Year's, I believe, and we have been eating too much turkey and relaxing, too much gravy. I believe
too much gravy, too much sauce.
You have to move your legs. You gotta want it. You gotta deserve it if you want to win the game. And then we didn't deserve it. You know, if we had gotten away with a 1-1 result, it would have been a steal because we weren't up for it. So I don't know. Maybe is it the pressure? Is it the players? Are we overworked? Is it too many games? I don't know what's going on.
We're lacking basics, Jarvis. We're lacking basics. There's 4 or 5 times in that game where we should have completely slowed it, take that sting out of that game of football. But we don't have that ability for whatever reason to drop a 2, 3, 4 yard pass and hold the ball for 5 minutes. We don't have that ability. We don't have that ability to go in and absolutely crunch. You know, if I was playing left back and Gibbs White had done that to me, and I absolutely smashed him in the boards. Second chance I had, bang, you're in the. And I'll take the booking. I don't get something to discourage someone. You know, I don't normally lose my rag with football, but I'm fed up of these absolute clowns who've got
Pompadoms. Can you say pompadoms? Like, you know, pompadoms, easily to break.
Yeah, easy. Pompadoms, easy to break. What they want to do is they want to take a look in the English dictionary and understand what the word pride means. Pride not only to play for Manchester United, but as a man, you know, for your family.
What? Not the Pride Festival, you mean? No, the Pride Range?
No,
Pride,
not the Pride Festival. Pride. You know, you're walking through that door tonight, and you know, I'd be embarrassed to face my wife or my kids. Totally embarrassed with the way that there's 3 times where Eriksen ducked out of a tackle. Ahmad ducked out of a tackle. Bruno ducked out of a tackle. Mino, particularly on 2 occasions, ducked out of a tackle. You've got to hit this like a freight train. You have to hit it like a freight train. You've got to stand up and take it. And if you get injured, so be it.
100%. I have people coming in the background, but I want to go to the VR section, so we're running behind in the comment section as well. So Jolly Manin saying that Erik ten Hag cost us this game. What was he thinking about taking out Kobe Mainoo from Scotty? That turns out the Scottish fault for both 2 games, and this is pretty much what we're saying as well. If you can watch the game in replay and put your own opinions to it, right? This is my opinion only. This is Jarvis' opinion, but you might see it differently. So let us know what you think. Drop a comment in the comment section below as well. Kenny Fan TV is saying as well, the game is all on Ten Hag and McTominay again. So people in the VR room, this is the most sensible VR room that we have with this community. They can't tend to agree. Kenny Fan TV was saying also that Ericsson was rubbish today. I cannot lie. I kind of think the same. It was not a game for him. Realist United said, I'm not surprised last night's stream you said Forest will win 2-1. You did, man. You clocked it. Yeah. You did. And this is the typical up and down season with Manchester United this half of the season, I must say. But look, we are going to have a break now. There's going to be AFCON. Just chill, relax. But I wanted a victory. I wanted to finish off strong, because the way you leave the new year and the old year is the way you start the new year. Basically, you get my point, right? Right.
Yeah,
Dark Crow. We got Dark Crow in here. We got RJ in here saying, big up everyone. Big up to you. Big up. Welcome to the therapy session as well. We need open heart surgery, what Jonathan Liljenberg is saying. Jarvis calling for Erik ten Hag to play was poor. Yeah. Full sail only, what Jarvis is saying. Big up all of you. Ivo Bosic is here. I can see you. We got to continue the show. Ian McDonald, perfect time to get rid of Ten Hag right now. I don't know. Is it perfect time? No, it's not.
No.
With who? Let us know with who, because I don't see any changes, right? And by the way, you cannot even get rid of him based on this new agreement, what they have with Ineos. And Dale Brails was sitting there again, hoping that this team will get on the bike. Dodgy Dave, right? But we have Tom Jones coming in, going to talk about Dodgy Dave. Listen, everyone that coming in, we got to catch up. Mark Davis is here. Good evening to you guys. Johnny's here as well. Imbalance is Rashford, and Anthony to the right, 100%. They do nothing. Yes, he scored, but that was about it. He scored. That's it, right? Conceding 2 goals, what Jonathan Kennedy is saying, because the 2-3 goals per game is just poor. Listen, the stat don't lie. We are the 3rd bottom in scoring in the Premier League at the moment. Is a drought. Listen, let the truth come in here. Tom Journalist, welcome to the stage. Big up, Tommy. How you doing, Tommy?
Yeah, we're doing, guys.
Yeah. What, Tom? You all right, buddy?
What to expect, Tom? Talk to us. Rip it.
I'll try and rip it without dropping any F-bombs. I can't make any promises.
F-bombs. Tomorrow is the fireworks. You can drop a lot of boom bombs. Yeah, we got.
There we go. We'll let the fireworks off tomorrow. But I'm fed up with this team. I honestly am. I said it before and I'll say it again. There was 2 games, Chelsea, Villa. They turn up. It's fast. It's fluid. There was the spacing behind. There was the energy that they can operate into.
Intensity.
It was a perfect game for them. Yeah, this game they come up against a team that play the way that is going to punish us the most. Sit in, 2 banks of 4, counter-attack, fast transitional play. And long and behold, guys, what has it cost us? Fast transitional play. The pass that has always killed us all season, the cutback to a player running in the box, or in this case, just on the edge of it, in Morgan Gibbs-White, bang in the corner, see you later. The same goal that has culminated in so many goals against us this season. And it's the game that, irrespective of it, this game was a chance for these players to show we're not just a one game and then one off. And like I said, these players, they can. I don't care. Send them all to AFCON. I don't care. I honestly don't care. Send them all to AFCON, and I'll send some kids to go and play at wherever. Yeah. Spurs, fucking Villa, wherever. I don't care. I really don't
wait
care.
a minute. Where should we which team should Scott McTominay play for? And he should be named McYaya or something.
Yeah,
Sanka
McTominay,
Makiaya.
I don't care. I don't.
Yeah,
Mate,
totally.
in the same case with Eric Ten Hag, mate. You're in Nottingham. Go to East Midlands Airport and fuck off out of this country. I'm done. I was done with Eric Ten Hag after Bournemouth. Bournemouth was embarrassing. Your own ground, 3-0 cesspitted. And tonight, the thing that these players don't ever get, and this guy clearly can't motivate them to do it week in, week out. There's no aggression. There's no bite. There's no tenacity. When you lose duels against a team like Nottingham Forest, you don't win a game. It's as simple as that.
No.
You don't win a game. So
But Tom,
if you're going to play like this, and like I'm saying, Mick, outside of the top 6, the other 14 teams in this league, barring the odd occasion of, say, a club like Brighton or a Brentford, maybe, the other teams in this league play this exact same way. Exactly mirror image of this team tonight that we've lost to. And at the end of the day, I've seen it from minute 1 and the start of the season. No style of play, no cohesion. The team doesn't want to play together. And we fold like a deck of cards. It's embarrassing.
True that. True. Tom, can you just hold that thought for a second? Because I want to contra back to you, because you mentioned something very, very interesting, which crossed my mind as well. You say they can have the audacity to turn up, to play like they did against Aston Villa. You know, in that game, everyone was fighting. It was, you know, playing for each other. There was intensity. There was tempo. There was creativity. Is what I'm hearing you saying here is the same pattern that happens when we play these lesser teams. It's called disrespect, right? It's called disrespect and complacency, right? Are you coming in there? Are you trying to say that they come in there thinking, this is going to be a walk in the park? Are we less prepared mentally, or are we just going to show up for the big occasions? Because for me, it looked like they underestimated it, right? They didn't show that tenacity, that high tempo, the creativity.
A lot of these players are entitled, spoiled, and they've done nothing. Most of them. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Barring maybe Johnny Evans, Varane, a couple of the more experienced lads in there. What have a lot of these players done in their careers? Nothing. They've done absolutely nothing. Eriksen, he was a bottle job at Spurs, and he's come to Manchester United. He had one good 6-month loan with Brentford. Yeah, and I understand what happened to him and everything, with the incident and everything. Yeah, that's fine. We can respect that, and obviously we wish him well with the rest of his football career. But this game tonight was not the right game for him. If you weren't going to play a certain way, if you weren't going to play with aggression or intensity, why play Eriksen? There was no reason to do that. And if you were going to play the way that you played tonight, from minute 1, you might as well have started McTominay, because McTominay will lunge into challenges and take people out more than Eriksen probably will, more than Kobe Mino will, more than a lot of these technical players will do. And if we're going to say it for what it is, Mick, who picks this team and these players? Who's bought Anthony to be, as what Stu said, a statue for £80 million? Who pushed and persisted for a lot of these players?
You know what?
And when it come down to it, he tried to get rid of some of these players. Yep. Even if he wanted to or not, Mick, they didn't get rid of them for him. Or he wanted to keep them and integrate them still, because McTominay should be such a key player. You don't bring on McTominay at half-time if he's not a key player for you to try and change a game. It's ridiculous. And the guy's persisted with it all season. 9 losses in the Premier League. And we're not even, we're at halfway through.
Yeah, true that. Hold your beer, hold your fire there for a second. Keep your powder dry. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to address this to the Jarvis corner up there. In the top corner, Jarvis, you know, we have a question here from John. Question to the panel, and I let you take it. Do you think the reason we are playing crap is because many of these players feel they're not good enough themselves, and perhaps know the career is on the line with Ineos? But I gotta pause that question and add on what Tom was saying here, because if you compare the price tag of Anthony Dos Santos, £85 million, and look at Elanga, which they bought from us for 15 million. He's shown in this season, Anthony Elanga, more output than Anthony Dos Santos himself. Do you think it's time to just scrap him, go him? Because a lot of people here, we got to have a balanced approach. We can blame the manager, but we have to also blame the team and the players' performance, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm not in the player's head, so I don't know what's wrong with them. But you know, our club is rotten from the top to bottom. We have two. It's all about the money. You know, we have a. It's not about performance. It's not about results. It's about how much money do you make. That's the biggest
That's it.
issue in the club. And a lot of these players are patting themselves on the back. I got the golden contract. Now I can live happily ever after, and 5 of my generations after can
Yeah.
live happily ever after because I make 100, 200, 300, 400k a week. And they're not even putting in the effort. So for me, I think that's the biggest problem. There's no focus on the performance. I think they sometimes, even if they win, if the performance is bad, they cheer on, they're happy, and they don't take what do you call it? They don't take it into account that they should try to improve, always try to improve and do better. When I see players like Rashford, sometimes waving his arms. When I see Bruno, he walks like this, like a little bit on with one hand, a little bit with the other hand. It tells me something. It tells me about some attitude problems. The attitude in this squad. They feel that they are entitled. I believe they think they are better than they really are. And
Yeah, true that. True.
when
I
other
agree.
teams meet up, like Nottingham Forest today, they are a little bit of shock. So they think, why do you want to go at us? Don't you know who we are? We are Man United.
Exactly.
I make 350k a week. Why do you
Yeah,
tackle me?
exactly.
No, I don't want to get
But then
dirty.
when they rock up, they turn out to be pampadons, like the crackers pampadon. They crack on their Indian food and rice, like they're just 100%. Like and we spoke about this stew as well the other day, and yeah, you can pin it on the manager, but the manager is not responsible for the consistency of players' performance. It's individual brilliance, individual how you apply. But of course, it's gonna go what Jarvis is saying. Like it's that dressing room culture that's been there for 6, 7, 8 years.
10 years.
It's been fostered by 10 years. Been fostered by the people above. They let this happen, right? Perhaps this Brailsford dodgy day. What you're saying there, Tom, can do a little bit of a optimization down there. Who knows? But this got to stop, right? The wage bill's got to come down, and we overflated. We're overpaying for that Indian pampadon. You know what I mean? You know how much a pampadon and rice is worth when you go and buy it. 5 pence, 9 pence. You pay what? For a nice Indian lunch, you pay what? Maximum 10 quid. No, it's £10, right? But we are paying like £100 for that meal for those players to eat. You know what? We spoke about this, Stewie. Like it's down to the player individuals and creativity. What you do on the pitch.
100%. And I've said this many a time, and I'll keep saying it. Coaching can take you so far. It can, I'm afraid. It can take you so far. And if you are Bruno Fernandes, Rafael Varane, Andre Onana, you're talking 29, 28-year-old players, 30-year-old players. What can you be taught in football that you don't already know? There's nothing you can be taught. It's about your aptitude and your attitude towards the game. It's about your attitude towards your fellow players. It's all about attitude. Everything is attitude. People were having a right pop at Cristiano Ronaldo when he was 17. When Cristiano Ronaldo was 17, he suddenly realised after 2-3 weeks of criticism from the likes of Van Nistelrooy, Keane, Scholes, players in and around him, telling him what to do and how to be a professional. So he started observing. And with those observations, he realised he wasn't strong enough. He realised he wasn't fast enough. He realised he got all the technical ability to be a world beater, but he didn't have the tools to allow him to be that world beater. So what he did was he got off his own arse and he made himself better. He rounded himself as a person, hired a sprint coach so he could run properly, get his technique right with the football, hired a strength and conditioning coach. And he became this kind of monster of a player by his own will and determination. We don't have that. If I was in that dressing room today and I walked in after that game and I could get away with it, which these players can, I'd just take my shirt off and I'd go in the shower and I'd get on the coach or whatever and I'd go. If you were in a dressing room with Schmeichel, Ince, Keane, Bruce,
Yeah.
Pallister. You would not want to walk in that dressing room, I promise you. You wouldn't want to be anywhere near that fucking dressing room if you hadn't pulled your finger out your arse during that game, because they would have absolutely destroyed you. And that's the difference of mentality. And people can talk about modernism all they like in football. I don't really care, actually. I'm fed up of modernism. I'm fed up of, the goalkeeper's got to be able to use his feet and all this. It's all absolute horseshit, because it's been going on for years. It's been going on for years. Of course it has. When I was 7, 5, 6, when I started to play football, even then goalkeepers were using their feet. It's just rubbish. It's all this, Guardiola's done this and Klopp does this. It's all absolute nonsense. Footballers, I keep saying, and I'm blue in the face, it's 22 players. It's 11 v 11. The pitch hasn't changed. The size of the goals hasn't changed. You know, it's up to you to exploit the opposition. And and if you can't do that as professional footballers on that pitch, and you can't see that Morgan Gibbs-White is giving you hassle, or you can't see this, or you can't see that, you got the problem. The player is the problem.
But Stu, you're saying nothing has changed, but there's one thing that has changed. There's one differentiator between the Nottingham Forest team and Manchester United team. Pampers FC overpaid.
Correct.
Money has changed football. And money has changed footballers and mentality. Why should I break my leg in that tackle? Ooh, you know what I mean? But if you look how much that Nottingham Forest squad is worth comparing to ours, and they play much better football than us today.
No, they did, because they want to play football. You know, that's what they want to do. They want to get on that pitch and they want to play. It's like me and my lads at Tipton on a Saturday or a Sunday. We can't wait to get out there, irrespective of the result. We want to win all the time, but we can't wait to get out in there. And we talk about it all the time. And I want Manchester United to do that. I really do. I just don't want one player, 2 players. I want all 11 players and the squad of players. Donny van de Beek sat on the bench today. I'm not saying he would have made a difference, but he would have done better than McTominay.
We haven't seen him all season.
We haven't seen him all season. It won't give him a go. You know, refuses to give him a go. I see that.
The thing is, we are having a heated debate, but I don't think Ten Hag picks his team alone. No, I don't think Ten Hag picks his team. Ten Hag is there as a manager to manage the whole expectations, to manage everything around. That's why he has assistants around him, McLaren, Mitchell van der Gaag, and all of them. But I think they are the ones picking the team in general, and he just approves it. Or
it does tend to work out that way. I mean, he won't be on the training pitch all the time. He's got other things that he's got to be doing.
Other things to do. That's why you call him a manager.
Yeah, and I think the problem is for the likes of Van der Haag and the likes of McLaren is they're looking around and they're thinking, oh, for God's sake, Jesus Christ, what are we going to do? Because we don't have the talent and we don't have the capability. Jarvis is right. And I saw somebody put a text in one of the groups. I mean, let's hope Ineos come in and they wipe the slate clean. I'm kind of with them. I think you've got to start kicking some of these players out. These players have got to be kicked.
Are you with us? Sack them all.
It's our question.
Sack them all, right? Sack them all. Clean slate. Just do a Chelsea, do a Todd Bowley madness. Just sack them all.
I said like 2-3 months ago, I would do what Chelsea's done, and people thought it was crazy when I said that. I'm fed up with these same players. They've done nothing. You've had Marcus Rashford here 9 years. He's not doing anything. He's not even at 100. What is he? He's not even hit 100 Premier League goals, has he? Like, and you wonder why what now? 22 goals in a whole season scored.
Okay. Return on investment. You calculate return on investment. Rashford is getting paid $375 a week. Delivered 3 goals. Anthony Dos Santos, we paid 95 million euros for. Hasn't have 1 assist, 1 goal since April.
He's not hit double digits. He's not hit double digits.
Even that.
It's a
not
disgrace.
Even hit his high. So that's got to go. Jadon Sancho still playing Twitch on FIFA, right? Just taking money out. We had situation where we had Phil Cones taking money out as a pension and not even being there in the squad. This has been going on for years and years and years and years. Just overinflating that balloon. That needs to go in first place whatsoever. Guys, I'm forgetting the VR room. Jarvis, what do we have here? Are we having angry people? Are we having positive people? I don't believe they're positive, but have you been following the chat here? Because I've been too busy. Lily's is here.
Yeah.
Alien Tanner, big up to you, Peter. Peter is on Peter. Sorry, guys. Peter is away. He was there watching. He paid 250 quid to go there to watch this. And guys, we are not fortunate to go there. If I would live there, I would go. Like, I'm not a match going fan. I'm sitting far away. But one thing that I do, I love this fucking team, right? I watched it and I never miss a game, right? And we always here pressing the record after to discuss. But big up for Peter, big up for all the match going fans to go there and pay money to watch this shit. I do understand, I do understand. Take it away, Jarvis.
Yeah, well, I see a lot of people in the chat. They are frustrated at the players, and at the moment, I feel a lot as they do. It feels like you mentioned you love the team. I think you mean to say you love the club, but
yeah, I love the club. I don't love this team. I'm not in love with this team.
No,
for the record, I love this club, but I hate this team. I want divorce papers.
Yeah, and that's how I also feel. I don't like these players. They don't put in a performance. They perform when they like. They don't have the abilities. They don't have the technical abilities. They don't have the footballing brains. I don't know what's so good with it. I see Aaron come here. He said that I just arrived from Hawaii last night. Set my alarm to watch the match. As soon as he put on my shit, I thought to myself, F this, I went to the beach. We all
big up you.
What's going to happen.
You should, my friend. And big up for being in Hawaii, man. Seriously. What's the weather like there? I hope you're enjoying the beach. Listen, speaking about that, speaking of being match going fans, like, I keep saying that the hardcore fans, they are like living in US, they're living in Australia, they're living where I'm living right now, Asia Pacific. Like, I'm 7 hours ahead of the epicenter when the games are starting. Like, the other day, like, I'm knackered. 5 a.m. game finish for me. We sit here and do a post match. I'm done, and this disrupts my sleep because I cannot sleep now. The question is, will I able to sleep tonight? Yes, because it's New Year's celebration tomorrow. I'm going to forget about it because I'm going to celebrate the New Year with my family and friends. Pop that champagne, have a little bit beer, have a little bit fun, forget about United. Because guess what? We're only playing 2 games in January, and that's it. It's going to be AFCON. Plenty.
We are, and I hope he has them in. I hope he has the squad in. I wanted him to go away for a week, actually, but now I want the squad in. I think they've got to understand again what it's all about. For me, and I kind of love the club, and I do with a passion. And I've seen it all before. I really have, Mick. I've seen the trajectory.
Post. Yeah, I agree. Eye in the sky. Dalot. We cannot forget Dalot's beautiful hit on the post. Yeah, that was beautiful. We could have been level up, but eye in the sky, guys. Just pause it. I'm going to call man of the match. I'm going to call gash of the match. Scott McTominay, 100% calls for ball watching. I'm done with it. Seen it so many times. Go play hide and seek. Go join the kids club when you actually get picked for playing hide and seek, because you're done at my club, right? I'm done with you. To be honest, right? Go watch that replay. Go watch a replay, and you will see Scott McTominay what he does for 2 games. It's not the bloody first time.
And Mick, that's what it's all about, And we all love the club, and we do. But aren't we, you guys? I'm fed up with these players, and I am old school. And there's certain players I'd absolutely knock their heads off. I really would. I'm sorry. I don't agree, with violence or anything like that. But something has got to give. Something has to give. We, if you lose a game of football, you should be shouting and screaming and arguing with everybody in that dressing room. Why have we lost? Why have we lost? What happened here? What were you doing? You should be, and I don't get that. I don't see. Oh, I don't know. Do you know something, guys? I'm a bit lost for words on what I say, because I've got that kind of frustration in me. I just don't know what to say, guys. I love the VAR.
Like, who cares? Like, who cares? Yeah. Because what? Where is Benny McCarthy? Tom, where is Benny McCarthy? Where is our goals? Where is what happened to Benny McCarthy? They're supposed to be our attacking coach.
Your guess is as good as mine. Honestly, it is. And like I say, even though
go look for him. Maybe he's stuck in Starbucks.
Guys, you've all just said that it comes down to coaching. I'll give you a question straight away then. If it's down to coaching, why at half-time does he decide, I'll put Scott McTominay on, he'll play single pivot? If that's down to coaching, what's that going to do? It's stupidity. There you go.
Yeah, that's stupidity.
Guys. And he's done this for most of the season. But there's no tactical reason behind it, though, Mick, other than, let's lump it long. long ball, inshallah, let's hope it goes in.
Inshallah.
It's not going to work in these kind of games where you're playing in banks of 4 and he's probably going to have 2 or 3 bodies around him. He's not going to have the space to get the ball down like he did against Brentford and smash it home. You're not going to have those sort of times and chances. It's almost as if Eric Ten Hag's living in a prayer, 5 passes, hope it deflects off somebody like it did for Hoyland off of John McGinn, and it falls to the right player. That's it. We're living on hope and prayers, guys. And like I say with this guy, right now I can't see what we're building. I really can't, because there's not a capability to play young players and give the faith in them and say we're going to have a future project with Eric Ten Hag. It's not a young squad. This squad is supposed to win here and now, and we're not doing it, and it's not going to happen. So if you're suddenly going to think that Ineos are going to come in and rip up the rule book and Dodgy Dave's going to get out the inhalers and say, "Here, have a whiff on that, guys. You can blow around for about 5 hours now."
Dave.
It's not going to happen.
Oh God!
And I'm done with it. I'm done with this nostalgia of it. When they come in and he'll sat there, Dave Brailsford, even if he's this sports expert guy, he'll sat there and he knows something's wrong because the performance was shocking. And if he's going to work day in, day out,
Tom,
night out in January,
listen,
he's not going to look at Eric Ten Hag and say that he's not a major fault of this. We can say what we want about the players.
Just take it back, Tom. Just take it back when Todd Bowley took over Chelsea. No. We're going to back you, man. We're going to back you. As soon as he's lost that game, they sacked him like he was nothing worth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I said that on Nuridi's show. Don't ever trust what somebody says above you.
Okay.
Thomas Tuchel said he was going to get fired. They said that they were going to give him 3 years, a buckload of money, build a team that's going to win a title. They said to him, as soon as he lost Croatia, he'd won 4 out of them 5 games. He loses in Croatia to Zagreb.
What did they do?
You're sat. See you later.
What did they do? They hired Harry Potter. And the Harry Potter that we are being linked as a replacement. Oh my God, help me. Tell me what pedigree CV does he have to actually take United to the next place? I mean, I can't believe it. If we are linked to a worse manager, I'm out of here. Honest to God. Like, it needs to change from the pillar to the post, right? David Brailsford, sorry, Dodger Dave. What pedigree CV do you have in a footballing manner? Yeah? Other than cheating in cycling and being calling sir, right?
Mick, let's face facts. The guys that are coming in, Sir Jim, he's a tax dodger, so he has to dodge taxes to be successful in business. You have Sir Dave Brailsford, who has had to cheat the system in cycling to be successful. And there's one sport where you can't cheat without getting caught in football. They've never won anything notable with Lausanne, Nice, and probably not going to do with Manchester United. Because why? 25% is an investment. It's not a takeover. So this nostalgia that they're going to come in, they're going to roll the red carpet out for everybody. Guys, they might cut a couple of people's wages down. That's it, and replace them with a few young players. Exactly,
Tom. People were going for my head today on Twitter because I was saying, this is not a takeover. This is a personal finance.
This is why I'm saying it with Eric Ten Hag as well, Mick. This isn't Ajax. You're not going to have the structure revolve around you. Ineos, with the way that they worked at Nice, they don't necessarily work with the people that are in place. They got rid of, as I said before, they had 60 employees at Nice Football Club. Nobody survived, and they replaced them with 40 new people. They cut everybody down, and they got rid of 20 and replaced them with 40. When you look at this team right now that we have, performance is shocking because we're not fit. We're not a fit squad. So the fitness department needs to take a hit and it needs to be replaced. The recruitment, shocking. We don't get the right players.
Everything. Can we just stop there?
Mick, one more point. The medical department. We've had so many injuries this season. And I don't want to hear this as an excuse anymore because we've heard it for months and months and months about excuses. But as soon as Scott McTominay scores a goal, we're living on a prayer and we're living on a high. Brilliant, we've won the game. Let's face facts. Top coaches deal with injuries. Jurgen Klopp, when he won the title with Liverpool, dealt with injuries. When Pep's won titles with City, he's dealt with injuries. As much as you can say they're top, well-run football clubs, they're great coaches. And in difficult situations, they find a way to get a result. This guy cannot do it. It's as simple as that. And in the basis of what I've seen, he doesn't have faith in young players because he would have kept Kobe Mainoo on that field. He doesn't have the faith in the experienced players because he's had a problem with Varane, Casemiro, all season over performance and bringing them into crucial games. And now we're seeing a culmination of, like you guys said, bad attitudes, bad performance, suicide tactics. You don't bring McTominay on and expect in a number 6 position you're going to win a game away from home. It
That
is
is
suicide.
harakiri.
That's not
That's
coaching.
suicide. Harakiri in Japanese. Harakiri. You know what harakiri is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know. Okay, so
Yeah.
pause that thought because I want to involve everyone in the VR room, everything. I hope you can wake up, sober up to see what it is, right? People is coming to say, well, at least we're doing something. We're getting a new CEO and all that. Listen, it's called divide and conquer again. The elephants are still in the room. We are still broke. We are still having 1 billion in debt. And don't tell me that this is a takeover. This is pretty much, listen, can I land here? If you look at it consistently, this is them two been working together all along to get that evaluation share price and a fair price buyout of $33 to increase the evaluation for whoever comes in within the next 18 months need to pay over $33 equals what they want to have, 8 to 10 billion. This is not a takeover. This is basically dodgy Jim, right? Jingle Bells Jim, because nobody wanted to give Judas. Okay. Nobody wanted to give Glazers any more loans. They maxed out all the credit cards. And remember, they haven't been able to take out any dividends for 12 months, not to take one single penny out of the cash. That means they kicked the can further down the road, right? They had all these, bankers and investors looking at it to give them 25% or whatever. They refused. Why? Interest rates are too high. So here comes Dodgy Jim, Jingle Jim, Judas Jim, whatever you call him, to say, all right, I'll give you a little bit of money, 1.3. That will keep you going because you guys are broke, right? But in return, give me some little bit of shares, right? And 2 seats on the board. By the way, yes, fine. But within this contract, that means that anyway, this is a full takeover is about to happen. This is not a takeover. That means whoever comes in, agree with me, Tom, or not agree. Am I delusional? Because I read through it and I put my thoughts and goggles to it. That means that anyone comes in right now can buy the club from 6 months to now on to 18 months to put over $33, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe has to sell. He has first refusal, but he will actually, you can see that this is investment. Look up what investment means. Return on investment, right? This comes from his personal pocket, so he will double up his money eventually. There's no way he can come in and pump in money. There's no way because financially, commercially, if you look, this is the problem how Manchester United is run. It's not the footballing operational side. How on the earth are they going to say, well, at least it's going to give 300 million and that's going to revert back into the infrastructure? Are you mad? Are you mad? For what money are you going to do? Lick up paint, a little bit here and there, material cost? Yeah, you can do it, optimize it. And then what? And then what? For what money are you going to buy players for? That means that you have to sell the whole squad and just buy cheap from South America on 10,000 a week. This is the state of a club. The finances don't lie. That's the thing. That's all I have to say. And it's up to you to apply your logic and reasoning, but I see it for what it is. This is not a takeover. This is a personal loan in exchange for some shares. That could be sold to a higher premium. Boom, return on investment on my personal investment. Smart business deal. Those two has been working in cahoots. Clear and simple.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah. I can't argue what you said, Mick. And at the end of the day, when you look at, say, the performance that we've had tonight, again, and we can say it for what it is, guys. We're without key players, fair enough. That's fine. But what's the backup? What's the options? 4 youngsters on the bench. 4 young players. Hannibal played in a youth team cup event. What was it? About 3 months ago? Ahmad just come back from injury. You could argue he's still a young player. He's played in the youth system. Was out on loan last season at Sunderland. There's so much. Even Dan Gore. There's so many of these young players who, for Manchester United to say that they're so brilliant at globalising and scouting players, it is crap. When you have 4 youngsters left on your bench, rubbish. And I don't want to hear it. And at the end of the day, I said it before and I said it and I'll say it again. Erik ten Hag has spent enough money to build a set of players in this group which are characters, leaders, will die by him, his tactics, and most importantly, guys, will enable him to play the way that he wants. And because right now, what are we seeing? We're seeing nothing. You can't tell me, and there's nobody, not even Albert Einstein, can tell me the way that Manchester United play football, because there isn't a set way to know. The only thing that we know is we're good on the counter-attack. Counter-attack is a tactic. It is not a style of play. It's as simple as that. You either park the bus, you play possession-based football, or you play a transitional football, fast flow attacking. That's Liverpool. Possession's more against City. Low block, you could say, is what we played tonight. Those are the three most common styles of play in football, and we don't play any of them. So unless we've got an imaginary one, guys, that Houdini's just magically appeared, and we're going to play that way, what are we basing it off of? We don't play young players. We clearly don't trust them. And the guy, like I said, with Erik ten Hag, what is he building? When he said, I'm never going to play the Ajax style of football, alarm bells were ringing for half of this fan base. And the reason why was, that's all we know you for. You were brought here to play that way. And if you're saying you're not going to play that way, I am absolutely crapping myself, thinking to myself,
Tom,
how are we going
respond?
to play when you don't know what way this guy is going to play? So what? He's lied. He's lied constantly throughout his whole tenure as manager. He's lied about player illnesses. He's lied about issues with players. He's exiled half of the squad's key players. And then suddenly, we're all supposed to back him when we lose consistently, week in, week out. Shite performances, bad attitudes. And at the end of the day, as you said, Mick, I'll agree with you. Upstairs, he's just as bad. But what I'm seeing right now is on the football field, not upstairs.
Not good enough. Not good. Guys, listen. We are having a tandem. We're having a rant. I want to include everyone in this conversation, but I'm just applying my thoughts to it, right? It's not news. It's my analysis, guys. So just for the disclaimer, right? The deal never made any sense for me either, right? We've been doing this for over 200 podcasts, including you, Tom, as well. You've been doing a lot of groundwork on this as well. And what does it come down to, right? I'm sick and tired of this because some fans are getting convinced that this 25% is good, right? What kind of fans are you then, man? I'm just scared. Like, we had 18 years of mismanagement, and we're about to see something really unprecedented, uncharted waters. This is our opportunity to turn the page. So why are you getting giddy on this 25%? I don't understand. What's wrong with your standards? Maybe you just want to be entertained, but how are we going to play good football again? Unless everything above is being cleaned out. That is the problem, guys. And you know it. You know, we're going to get a new CEO. We're going to get a new director of football. But what money are you going to pay them with? Clear the fucking debt. Right? For what reason did you protest 18 years for getting the Glazers out there only to support this 25% where the Elephants are still driving? Fuck's sake, wake up. I love my fucking club, but I hate the Glazers, and that's it. And I can swear right now. Because wake up, smell the coffee to see that this is not good enough. If you're a Manchester United supporter, you should have high standards. What Tom is saying, expect high standards on these players, on the club, because this is rooted in our DNA. Never say die. And now you're falling over to say, well, look, 25%, not bad. You just died. Sorry. But this is just my opinion. I will never die. And I will never stop for this club. And I will bleed for this club. But what we're seeing right now is injustice. And it's injustice on the manager. This gets the finger pointed because he's not been backed properly. Right? This is a culmination of everything included in a shit bag. It's a dog poo bag, what you pick up on the street. Right? That needs to be thrown away. And we need a clean slate. And the only way that can go is a full takeover, bloody hell. Right? So what we do here now? What is the solution, guys? Are we going around in the hamster wheel? Tom, should we just drag it out to the summer and assess it in the summer? Start fresh.
No. Because what are we building towards? The guy said he's not going to play the Ajax way that he's known for. So what way is he going to play? He can say and come out with whatever he wants. If he's not going to play the way that he's known for playing, why do you think every single one of us and every single Manchester United fan in the chat who wanted Erik ten Hag, the one thing that they would say, the reason why they wanted him was his style of play. That's it. And if he says he's not going to play it, bottom line, what are we building towards? Nothing. He's not got a young squad, so there's not a future with this team. There's not a style of play in place because he said he's not going to play that way. So we're not building towards anything, guys. Get rid of him and get somebody in who will do that. Either a project manager, buy young players in the summer, 3, 4, 5 years, I don't care. Do something and have a project. This guy wants to win here and now, and he has a failing, decrepit squad which is not built to win here and now. It's as simple as that. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did what Manchester United should have done. He built a squad up of young players for 2-3 years. He took them to a certain point. Then you get in a proven winner to win major trophies. It was as simple as that. We are in the decline of this era with this team. You need to bring new players in, younger players, with a project manager. And either that project manager is going to build you up to a certain point, like Solskjaer did, and then you need to get somebody bigger in, or that project manager just might turn out to be that gem manager that you've been looking for. But this ain't the guy. He ain't the guy to take you forward when he says he's not going to play the way that he's known for. So if he's not going to play that way, guys,
he's been told how to play and not to play. This is what I believe. He's handcuffed, to be honest. You know, we got to have a balanced approach. We can point fingers, but at the end of the day, it comes down to what Rashmanu is saying. In decline, financially powerhouse in decline as well. 5 million in the bank as a cash reserves. That's all we have left. So do you expect us to go in the transfer market with what money? Do you expect that this 25% is going to give you any money for the transfer? No. So where do we go from here? We are heading towards administration, people. With this rate, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but if you know finances, if you following the balanced scorecard, if we go in this rate, we are heading down the cliff into administration. That's the truth, right? With current interest rates, financial restraints, the credit crisis, no banks want to give you any more loans. They maxed out everything they could take. They even take extra credit card for Santander overdraft, 300 million. There's no more to take. So Sir Jim comes in there, give them a little personal loan, but that's not going to the club people, right?
No.
Just be real. Just call it for what it is. Maybe I'm insane, but this is the way I see it, people. And I love this club, and I don't want to let it sink. Some people saying, "Oh, let's just get relegated then." Whatever it takes to get these bastards out, 100%, because they are the root cause for everything.
If they get relegated, if we got relegated, they'd go. They would, because there's no money to be made in the Championship. No money to be made.
There was no money to be made for 12 months, no dividends. And in comes Jim Ratcliffe and gives them the money. So they're basically walking around with 100 million each in their 6 siblings' pocket for spending.
And then they have the audacity to say, we're not going to take money out for 3 years. I am not fucking surprised. You've just had a cash load of 100 million each. Do you really think you're going to take 10 million from this football club when you've just had 100 million drop your bank balance like that? Do you think we're all thick and hoodwinked?
Yeah, tax-free Jim comes in there like, Santa gives them away like, free lunch coupons. Here you go, 100 million. Take paper. Yeah. Take paper. Yeah. Right. Anyway, guys, get rid of Erik ten Hag. What people are saying. I can hear different opinions on the ball. What people are saying. People agreeing. Some James saying blah blah blah. I can see you. We all love this club. What Rashmanu is saying. This year's mistreatment from the ownership. 100%. It is a disarray. It is, because nobody really knows what's been going on. They haven't really focused on what's going on the pitch, right? And now, not even. It's not even a guarantee that the Ineos or Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to be approved either. So, you can have Dodgy Dave sit in the stands as much as one. At least just get some free games in a corporate box. All right. Big up, everyone. Please, guys, don't forget to smash the like, and especially the like button, because that is the YouTube algorithm, right? 55 of you watching. 55 are angry you, but there's a new year and I want to celebrate in peace tomorrow, guys. Eva Boss is saying, Mick, we're not going into admin. We are too much big of a club, money printing. Yeah, empires do fall as well. The rise and fall of empires, if you know what I mean, right? There's certain banks that are too big to fall as well, but it is what it is, man. They're
not. What's happened to Credit Suisse, guys? Biggest Swiss bank and probably one of Europe's banks goes.
Wait. We need to bring some positivity here. Let's bring on the positivity. Let's go. Where's my toot? Jarvis, you look tired.
Yeah. It's here.
It's there. I'm not going to force you.
What do you
So
expect?
deflate-
We lost. We lost the game.
Super chat, super chat, super chat.
Super chat.
And as a punishment, I get a Norwegian to read out the Swedish Jonathan Liljeborg super chat for 50 Swedish kronor. Big up. You have the reading glasses on. I don't. No, you don't have. No. Should I read it? Okay. The Glazers have got 1 billion. It's just only 7 to 9 billion they need now. True that. Yeah. Qatar to buy United in circa 5 years. We just need to wait. Their patience. Big up.
Won't happen.
Listen.
Never gonna
Think
happen.
about it,
If
Tom. Think about it, Tom. They were down mingling down in Qatar with the royalties, the Saudis trying to pimp this out.
Mick, let's face facts. They've pissed them off.
They've
They've
pissed
messed
them
them.
off.
They've messed them around
Nobody's
for a
going to
year.
come back.
They're not
Nope.
going to come back, guys.
Nope.
This theory that people want to print online or on social media, Qatar will come back for you in 5 years. They don't wait. They're a country. They're not a person. A person might move on. So Jim, he wanted Chelsea. He wanted Barcelona. Jesus Christ, he probably wanted your team, Stu. He wanted every team from the land and the country up and down. And then as soon as he landed on a team that he could actually get, he got them. When it comes to Qatar, they don't wait forever. It's as simple as that. If another big football club comes available that they think's good business to get because of the brand or the football that they're playing at this moment in time, they'll do it. And this pipe dream for Manchester United won't be there because why? Oh, it's fine, guys. We've got Dodgy Jim here. We've got Dodgy Dave upstairs who does brilliant audits of the football club. The guy, like, the importance of this, guys, is there's no belief in the people that are coming in. A lot of us probably don't believe in these people that are coming in because we don't trust them with the way that they've come in. I can't trust them. 18 years ago, I didn't trust this family when they come into this football club with the way that they did it. And it was dodgy because it was about debt, taxes. They weren't prepared to pay repayments. So Jim's come in with 25% and the unravelling that's coming out, as I said to you, Jarvis, yesterday on Nuridi's show, and I surprised you when I said it, a lot of these media reports are starting to come out and say now that Sir Jim Ratcliffe didn't want football in control. It was put upon him as a deal maker by the family. The family offered it to him as part of his 25%, so he would pay more money to control the football club. And he said, okay, then, well, I've run Nice, I've run Lausanne, so I know how to run a football club. You guys don't, I'll pay you a bit more, but I want full operational control. And it's funny how they've given it like that. Why? Because they didn't want it in the first place. So long as they have their keyboards, they have the mathematics, the graph charts of what Manchester United makes and earns, profit and losses, that's all they care about, guys. And now they have the scapegoat for when results like this happen. You're not going to call for the Joel Glazer or Avram Glazer to come over because they're not involved in football operations supposedly anymore. It's going to be Jim, and it's going to be Brailsford, and it's going to be Blanc. It's going to be all these people that you're going to be saying. And before long, they'll do what everybody has said that the family have done for 18 years.
Damn.
Brainwash you with a dream. And I'm saying it and I say it before, Mick, just this last point that I'm going to make. Everybody's talking about getting a new CEO in, a new sporting director. I don't see anybody, guys. I don't see a new CEO. I don't see a sporting director right now. Don't believe the lies that are out there because they said to you Jim was coming in to save the job. He was going to buy 100%. Then it was 69%. Then it was 60. Then it was 50. Jesus Christ, we're on 25 now. Then it was 17 a couple of weeks ago. Now it's 29. The number keeps changing. But
nothing has changed. But guess what? Go back in history. They begged money from Apollo Group as well. The same amount, and Apollo said no. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is just another Apollo.
But when you say it, Mick, when you say it, you've got a toxic football club. So what do you expect from the team that plays on the pitch? It's going to be as toxic as the club and the people above. It's as simple as that. If you want a fresh start, you had that opportunity with the Qataris. They were going to come in, wipe the debt, get rid of all of the directors. They were going to involve fan inclusion, get ex-players involved to know what's right and wrong for this football club. in terms of moving Old Trafford, for example, if you want to use that as an example. And it's come that bad, guys. You have experts in infrastructure and agricultural development at Populous who tell Manchester United's owners or dual owners at this moment in time, the
They did a
Glazer
land
family,
survey.
and
They did a land survey.
Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and they tell them the best course of action for Manchester United, knock it down and start from scratch. That is just the whole tenure of this football club and why it's a disgrace. So at the end of the day, I've said it. But guys, don't worry. You've got Dodgy Dave and Dodgy Jim. They'll find some money from somewhere. They'll scratch their ass and give you $1 with it. Don't worry about it.
They think so. I've been hearing tweets that, but they will get sponsorship from to build a stadium through Mercedes, blah, 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 blah. Time out?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Stu, do we have anything to say about this? We've been sitting there for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I do. I'm not on the fence with it because I kind of agree with the lads. I think I said it right at the very beginning, 25% is an irrelevance to us anyway. And let's face it, if Qatar wanted it, they would have fronted up the money. Whoever wants to buy something fronts up the money. We all know that. It's you do it yourself, don't you? If you want to buy something, you front up the money. That aside, we've dealt with a particular thing, and that is Sir Jim and his 25% loan, whatever that may be. Where the club goes from here, I just don't know. What I wouldn't do right now is get rid of ETH. I don't see the point in it. I see what the lads are saying, but I don't necessarily see the point.
I never see that as a solution. I agree with you. And I remain neutral. I remain neutral on that one. Nothing.
I know people want him gone. I know people think he's got no tactics.
Everyone is entitled to their opinions.
They are, and I've got no issues with it. I just don't see the point. And then where'd you go? Even if you do remove him in 6 months' time, who'd you go with? Who'd you want to go with? And then do we change another manager in 3 years' time? You kind of got to stick somewhere along the line. You've got to put cement around his feet and stick with it. And then you've got to start getting rid of the real problems. And the real problems are these overindulged players. And they all are. And every club has got them. But what happens is managers shift them. We years ago would have gone to Sancho and said, all right, you're gone. He'd have had a phone call. Go and meet the boss. You're sold. That's it. Well, I don't want to go tough. You're gone. You're out. You're out the door. We've accepted money. We should have done that with Maguire and McTominay in the summer. That's what we should have done. We didn't because we're weak. We're weak all around. We're weak, maybe. I don't think it was Ten Hag. I think Ten Hag wanted him gone, and that's it, period. I think he'd be livid. I think he was fuming. So for you, once you've got a group of players that you're forced to work with, if you don't trust them, which he doesn't, then you've got major issues anyway, because what can you do? Now, you can have assurances off Sir Jim and Brailsford. I don't know. We're not privy to that.
I don't know.
Style of play, I kind of get Tom's point on style of play, but I'm not, to me, it doesn't necessarily matter because at the end of the day, players should always find a way to win a game of football.
Listen, I'm going to be a realist here. I read the chat, I read everything, and there's split opinions, Ten Hag in, Ten Hag out, blah, blah, blah. We've been there before. But, the mature thing here to say, knowing that we know everything right now, that first, you have to establish people above a proper footballing operations, meaning a proper footballing director, a proper plan, everything above, right? Until you, unless you don't have that structure, you can appoint whoever you want. It ain't gonna work, right? You'll be back here again 18 months calling for that other manager's head. So I would say stick with Ten Hag until we get the proper structure in place, a proper rebuild. We've been on a rebuild for 6 years. 6 years. Has anything changed above? No. They gave you the fake footballing director, which is a Glazer simp, right? They gave the technical director job to another Glazer simp called Fletcher, right? With no pedigree CV whatsoever. Jobs for the boys. We need to break that spell. So I'm all for it, but to bring in Jean-Claude Blanc, who seem to be done a great job, at Juve and PSG and stuff like that. That's one step to the right direction. Yeah. Point number 2, getting a proper footballing director and proper scouting and medical department. That is the foundation, bare minimum. And then Only then you can discuss to keep the manager or replace him with a better, right? Because when you have that structure, they should know the plan, which is the best footballing manager for their plan and vision, how you want to play. Tom, you said our attacking style of football is counter-attacking. We should just keep playing towards what we know.
No, it's not a style of play. It's a tactic.
Tactical play,
Tactic.
right?
Yeah.
Right. That is what these players understand. That is what they've been coached for the past 6 years. And they cannot have the footballing IQ right now to adapt to the new style of play. We saw season 1 with under Ten Hag. He's not that stupid. He got it. He got the best out of them. Would you agree, Jarvis? He got the best out of them. They overperformed. But this season, Ten Hag, the first season, he got the best out of the squad with his tactics and performance. He was much better. This season, absolutely gash. I can agree with that. In-game management doesn't exist. What's the what is that really Ten Hag ball? I don't see it. I don't see what happened in season 1, what is in season 2. It's a total different Ten Hag.
For me now, it's about, we have been sacking Moyes, we have been sacking Louis van Gaal, we have been sacking Mourinho, we have been sacking Solskjaer, and now we are about to sack Ten Hag. And the players stay for 9 to 10 years. We have players like Luke Shaw, Rashford, a lot of players, they are here for season after season. They have purple patches. They perform for, let's say, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, half a season. And we give them a new contract, and they stay on forever. And we never seem to get rid of them. They are like flies on the horse shit, as you call it. So they always buzz around. So for me, in a way, yeah, I would like to sack Ten Hag. But in another way, when I look back at all the managers we have thrown under the bus, it would be even better if we just kept them and gone down with the ship. Because to expose the Glazers and the rats who are running the ship, because we as a fan base, we think we can change things by putting pressure on the club and shouting out Mourinho out, Solskjaer out, Ten Hag out. But it's in a way it's just BS, and we are getting fooled, all of us. So in a way, sacking Ten Hag now, what will happen? Nothing will happen. We will be back at the same point, starting point, as we have done now for Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Mourinho, Solskjaer, and Ten Hag, and back again, start again. And after 18 months, 20 months, we will be shouting the next manager out.
Yeah. You're right.
Anything?
No. You're right, Jarvis. Just a quickie. There's people in the chat in the VR room saying let's boycott Manchester United. Go ahead, but let me just tell you one thing. I've been a season ticket holder for 29 years, sorry. 30 years next season. And if I give up my season ticket, literally 10 seconds later, they've sold it. That's it. They've done it. So it makes
they've sold it for more. They've sold it for double.
For more money. For more, absolutely correct. For more money. I'm a platinum holder. Okay. And you know, I've got a plaque on my seat, you know, and all that kind of jazz. It means nothing to be a platinum holder. They don't care about me. If I didn't swipe listen to this, guys, this is true. If I didn't swipe my season ticket or go to 14 home games, luckily my son goes to them all, then they'll take the ticket off me.
Yeah.
You will.
So guys, I'm sorry to tell you, you can boycott if you wish. You'll lose the ticket, and it'll be it'll be sold seconds later for, as Tom says, twice the money, double the money. Jarvis is right, guys. Jarvis is right. I'm sorry to say, we can say Glazers out, and Mick and Tom, we all know this. We can say Glazers out. You can
feel good police. Police. You mentioned. I didn't really understand. Can we open the floor to chat a bit more? I didn't really open for call-ins, or is that what you're suggesting? Feel good police.
Or read comments. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, true. Sorry if we're not catch this today. We usually catch up with comments very, very good. So I do apologize, but when we are into a very heated debate like this, which is very close to a lot of our people's hearts, there's going to be different opinions, right? Some people I do respect, like, you know, you calling out the manager. Some people say the team. I say it's the whole collective, right? And I'm thinking further down than my Pinocchio nose, to be honest. And I see the whole the whole, what do you call it, from a 360 holistic perspective, right? And that's who I am as a person, and I try to find a balanced approach, right? And that's what I said earlier to you, Tom, as well. Again, you know, you can sack the manager, but you first thing that needs to be done to break this spell is to fix the roof above. I'm not talking about the leaking roof at Old Trafford.
Can't afford to do
You know
that.
what I'm talking about, yeah. Get proper director of football with a pedigree CV. Get rid of Darren Fletcher, who is not a technical director whatsoever, right? Get proper scouting, proper medical training facilities. Update that, because that seems to be a lot of issues for injuries and muscle fatigues. You know, you don't have a science department that is modern. Far from.
Toshiba went broke. Toshiba in real trouble, and most of our equipment's Toshiba, and it's all old. We had a deal with Toshiba years ago, and it's all old equipment.
Yeah.
I do apologise, guys. I'm going to have to go at 9. Me and the wife, doing a couple of things tonight. I do apologise.
We did send the link out to a lot of people that didn't come in. Unfortunately, some people like to come in only when we win, but we are always here for you guys, even when we lose.
No,
but
absolutely.
Stu, yeah,
I just wanted to say before I go, first and foremost, a happy new year to you all. Exactly. Secondly, thanks to Mick and Jarvis for making me feel so welcome, and the VAR room for making me feel so welcome on the show. It's been absolutely, I love working with you guys. Great to meet Tom. I've seen Tom on various channels, never really had a chat with him, so it's great to meet Tom. And I think the reason that people tune into this is because there's no sensationalism. It's all honest, fair opinion. We all love football. We all love our club. And I think, you know, this year we're hurting. And I think people deal with the emotion of hurting a variety of different ways. I tend to be a little bit more relaxed. Other people are a little bit more, should I say, a bit more powerful with their emotions. But you know something? We should all come together. Every single one of us in the VAR room, every single one of us who support Manchester United and around the world. I've met Jarvis, you know, which I'd never met before. He's been following me, Mick, you know, Tom. I've met some wonderful people doing what they do, and they do it for the love of football. And this is why this channel has grown from 1 sub to 20,000 subs, because we all do it for the love of football and love of our club. Yeah, we get a bit emotional. Yeah, we want to punch the wall. Yes, we all say stupid things now and again, but you know what? We all come together. So I just want to thank you for a great year, and I'm really looking forward to the new year. I really am. And I wish you guys in the VAR room, wish you guys on the panel a very, very, very happy new year. Big hugs to you all. I love you all. And I will see you next year. I'll see you on the turnabout, Jarvis Corner, I would think next Monday.
Hopefully. Well said. Well said.
You're not worth it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Stu. Wish you the same. Have a happy new year, and pop that champagne for me as well.
I will 100% pop that. See you later, boys. All the very best.
Feeling is mutual. See you.
Bye-bye.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, Maddox.
Jarvis, you also have to go, I guess.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. I promised my wife to be ready to be done with the show 9 o'clock, but now I got an invite for another show, so I have like 15.
You're gonna go to Nuruddin's
yeah.
show. Oh, yeah. Interesting. You also have to go, I guess, Tom, to Nuruddin's show.
Yeah, I will be.
Yeah. All right, guys. Wish you. Thank you for all the support, Jarvis, and also Tom. It's been a pleasure, you know, working with you. As exactly echo what Stu is saying here. We're not a sensational channel. Never been. No. Always try to provide a balanced approach to everything that we do, including this takeover process. Because we kind of feel like that we are the guardian of the badge, but we're not the rightfully owners. Like we are Manchester United fans, global fan base that love the club, right? And we only want what's best for the club. You know, that's why we've been so passionate and advocate for the Glazers 100% full sale only, right? And that's what this channel is all about, right? For you people to come together, to have your opinion. Everyone is respected. You know, moderators, big up to you. Don't block people for having opinion, but only if they, like, you know, mute people if they're coming, like, you know, what do I say, you know, with foul language and abusing each other. You know, Realist TV is here to be real, right? To be real opinion, real passion, real Reds, right? No matter where you are, no matter if you're a match-going fan, E-Red, whatever you call, you know, under the God, we all shape the same. no matter color, skin. You know, think about the most unfortunate in certain part of the world that get bombarded and destroyed. But we are here. You know, win, lose, draw. We always here press record, and that's for you guys. I want to thank you, the community that's been growing with this channel. 100%. Like, you know, we started off with 0 community, 0 members, but you made this channel even better. I've never seen so much positive interactions within this community. I've been in a lot of chats. There's a lot of toxicity. You guys have been shown the utterly respects. The comments that you leave in the videos, it's only positive. There are a few bad apples comments, salty comments, but if you look at how many likes, there's not many dislikes at all on each video. And that is kind of the return on investment for all the hard work I personally put into this channel. But for me, it's surreal that over a year ago we started with 0 subscribers, and to sit here talking to an audience like, you know, all around the world, and have Jarvis met Jarvis, Tom journalist, Jay Daly coming in here, like, you know, people that I myself as a fan used to watch on other fan channels. I'm just a fan, just like you. I'm just a fan to happen to be creative and very passionate, patriotic Red that will never give up. So big up to you. Forget about this season. Next season is all about looking ahead, having a vision. So whatever you wish for, you know, make your wish come true. Spend time with your family, the loved ones that really love you back. And if this team doesn't love you, just take a chill pill, lay back, and a file for divorce papers. Simple as that. But big up for all of you. Wish you a very, very happy new year. And thank you for all the support from the gaffer here. Mick, thank you so much. I'm out of here. That was a big speech.
Yep.
Right, guys, you can go if you want. But or we should close the shop. But I want to just read out some few comments, and I'm ready to jump on to Nerdin's channel as well if you invite me. So I'm all game. I'm all game. But listen, I just want to finish off the stream.
I just want to say goodbye before you read the chat. So thanks guys for tuning in. Tom, thanks for coming on. Thanks to Stu. Thanks to Mick. And well, I will see you guys later. You know, we're not going away. It's just another day.
Send me the link. I want to come into Nerdin's channel as well.
Okay.
Have
a good one,
guys. Bye. Jump over to you know, Manchester United Real Therapy Army with Nuruddin. We're going to jump over that. And again, like, you know, I really want to thank personally. We've gone from strength to strength, and definitely I can read out some comments here. Amor, you've been one of them from the very first beginning. I remember you, Miss Hoyland today, and we did miss Hoyland today. Red Devil is back here to say just coming in right, and what an awful game. I hope this doesn't destroy your weekend, because tomorrow is New Year's Eve. You know, spend time with your family, loved ones, friends. You know, pop the champagne or whatever you do. Have a nice meal. That's what I'm gonna do at least. Good night to you, Neil Driscoll, and thank you, Neil Driscoll, personally as well, for all the support during this year as well. You've been a loyal chatter in here as well, and you know, a old-fashioned Manchester United supporter, gone through, like, you know, the Busby Babes and everything. You've seen the good football as well, you know, Sir Alex Ferguson. Ichi Konjak, bang, bang, bang. I remember you as well. Great show. Keep up the good work. Same to you, and thank you for the support. John Johnson. There can only be one John Johnson. Remember that, John. Have a good day or night. You too. Happy New Year to you as well. Red Devil here as well. Big up to you as well, Red Devil Studios. See you at Nerdin's channel. And Jonathan Liljenborg, thank you as well. Tack så mycket, broder. Tack så mycket. And thank you, Jonathan Liljenborg, for your donation super chat, 50 kroners. That means a lot for this channel. Please, that thumbs, I keep saying that thumbs like button is so important in modern day YouTubing, because it doesn't matter how many views, it's the thumbs, because YouTube algorithm picks up how many people liking it, and they will recommend to others to watch. So that's what people are saying. Give us a like, please. Don't forget. Madhouse as well. Madhouse. It is Madhouse. I really love your humor as well, and I really love your pictures. I've been saying that from very first beginning. Happy New Year to you, Madhouse, as well. Brendan Bakir as well. One of us. Happy New Year. So to you, all the way from Norway. Wish you all the same to you and your family. Lord Voldemort, I know your real name. Good night, boys, and have a good New Year as well. Thank you to you. I will send you a personal message as well. Rushmano, Matt, thank you, man, for all the support. You've been a true trooper and a legend of this chat. How many members you gifted over this period of time? I lost count, but it's coming up to a full army of Realist TV memberships. Remember, you can join, become a Realist supporter. Really helps the channel. So big up to Rushmano. You've always been a legend. And same with Angie, which is not in the chat as well. Ivo Bosic, one of our most critical member as well, down all the way from Australia. Big up, I love you too, bro. Voldemort out, Harry Potter in. Yes, big up to you, man. Happy New Year to you. And remember, you have the privilege to celebrate New Year's way before everyone in Europe. So yeah, big up to you. Bestie all the way from New York as well. What happened here? We're just about to close the shop, mate. But what happened here? We lost the game. We move on. Alien Tenno, Peter. How much can I express? You've been one of the legends here as well. Also coming in here, having you say, perhaps next year we are looking for more people to come in and express yourself. If you do have courage, do like Peter. He started off being like, a moderator, starting to chat, donate. Listen, Peter, your donation has meant a lot to this channel, so big up to you. I understand you're sitting on a coach right now. You've been on the away game. Happy New Year to you and your family as well. So guys, if you want to come in, have a say anytime, say, whenever we post the link, come in. Put your camera on and speak your heart out. We don't bite. We're just fans like you anyway. So happy New Year to you guys, Peter. And big up to you, Lillis, as well. Oh God, here we go. And I just got gifted Rushmano. Hang on, where's my tutu? Everyone left. So thank you, Rushmano, for gifting 10 memberships. And that means that Mick has to go into the chat and read who became members. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And where are we now? Give me a minute to catch up, Rushmano. You caught me off guard, my friend. You did caught me off guard. Hang on a second. I just have to open this up and see. Oh, these commercials. I hate it. Don't we hate it? Thank you. So we have new members, basically. Let's see. You gifted... Yeah, okay. Rushmano, here we go. Rushmano just gifted 10 memberships. Big up and thank Rushmano in the chat as well. Mark Kelly became a member. Clicks fan 2015 became a member. It was gifted by Rushmano. Akok Im Song also gifted a membership. Big up. Happy New Year to you as well. Pierre Porter as well also gifted. Welcome to the family. Giuseppe was gifted a membership as well. And FH did it was also gifted a membership. Big up, FH did it. Justin McLaughlin as well. Big up, mate. Welcome to the family. Alan Croxway was also gifted a membership. And Dane was also gifted a membership. And Byron Francis was gifted a membership. And that's pretty much it, I think. Yes. Big up to you. And thank you, Rushmano. Thank you, Matt, for being such a legend, for gifting. Applause, 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 applause. Where is my applause button? Now I'm totally alone in the studio. You have to forgive me. But just wanted to run things up to thank everyone and big up. Thank you. That means a lot, Keep my powder dry and happy new year. And lako noć, brate. Lako noći za tebe u Makedoniju. Kaj si, brate? Uvijek si dobar. Rushmano, big up to you. Thank you, guys. Listen, we will be back very soon. I don't know when, don't know how, but we meet again. Don't know when, don't know why. That song. Sorry, I shouldn't sing. It's time to take a little bit break, celebrate New Year's. Perhaps we'll get a little bit of a hangover. I never drink, but I think I will have a few drinks tomorrow. We deserve it. We deserve better. It's been Mick Ruby here, wishing everyone a happy New Year, and thank you for all the support. You know who you are. We love you. Stay cool and composed, people, and please go over to Nerdin's channel for more therapy. Thank you for watching, and we go again, unfortunately. All right, guys, take it easy, and thank you. Bye for now.